Hey everybody, Teresa here of Lark Inside. Welcome back to my 2019 Project Life album. Today I'm sharing a bi-monthly layout from the month of August. So this is the first half of August. I'm working with my Studio Calico Documenter kits. I have sort of all of them all mixed together at this point, so I can't really tell you exactly which kits these cards come from. I also have some of the embellishments that have been coming with those kits. I have a box of new washi tape from Bandu, and I also am sort of couldn't decide yet for my date stamp whether I wanted to use the date stamp set from scrapbook.com or the one from LA Studio. So I have a few options there on my desk ready to go. I'm going to hop into the process now. And so this card was sort of the jumping off point for the layout. And I really liked this sort of warm mustard color and the pink together is something different and really pretty and soft, and it sort of is beginning to lead into fall colors. August here in North Carolina is still pretty hot, but you can pretty much use these colors year round. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the date here, August 1 to 15. And I'm really liking getting away from the week numbers and just putting the dates here on these layouts. I'm really liking this, and so stamping that on black using the black ink makes it pop against that background. And then I'm going to add just a tiny little enamel dot in between the 1 and the 15, and then another little tiny enamel heart at the top. Those enamel hearts are from Doodlebug Designs. And so moving across the layout now, I had a couple of journaling cards that I pulled out that had elements that I thought I might cut out from the journaling cards. And so Studio Calico is sort of the queen of giving you lots and lots of journaling cards, and those journaling cards have elements on them that make it fun to cut them out or punch them out and use them to layer on top of other journaling cards. So if you feel anxiety that Studio Calico kits don't have enough embellishments in them, or they frequently don't have die cuts in them, I use other cards and just use my punches and use my scissors and cut out the elements from those cards. So one of the stories, the top photo on this left-hand side is from Natalie's 12th birthday. So I journaled about her turning 12 here on this card. This card also sets the tone for the color palette of the layout, and so you'll see that I've pulled some of the pinks, that mustard, the greens. There are several greens on that card, and those appear repeatedly throughout the layout. And this also allows me to pull in different kits, so that really what I'm doing here is choosing product based on that color palette. And that really helps me then to keep a concise, clear color story on a layout and make it feel cohesive. And so I also used that mint journaling card, the 3x4 one. I wrote a little bit of journaling. So at this time, we were planning our Disney trip, and we hadn't told the kids yet that we were going. And so we decided to drop some little funny little hints to see if anybody got it. we bought Mickey waffles, and you guys, we never buy Mickey waffles, and we bought them, we served them, and nobody said a thing. Nobody got the hint. So that was kind of funny. And then you'll see here I have this little bowl of ephemera, and that is all just miscellaneous pieces that have come from Studio Calico over the last few months. And I've pulled out one of those, that gray tab that I'm putting at the top of this photo here. One of the stories that I was telling was that I pulled another Kallax into my studio that week, mainly for album storage, so that I could put my albums there. And so I stamped a little word sentiment into that label as well. And then we also spent a little bit of time. The month of August obviously is the last few days of summer, the last few weeks before school starts. So we spent a bit of time at the arcades. We went for Natalie's birthday, and then we also just took the kids for a fun day to hang out at Dave & Buster's. And so this picture here was of Natalie and Emberlyn. They were playing the Mario and Luigi, or Luigi's Mansion game, and they made it to the end. They made it all the way to the end, and they beat King Boo. So I wanted to journal that and tell that story. That's something that they had been wanting to do. They had been wanting to beat King Boo in that game. And sure enough, they accomplished that. So we were all excited for them. They were excited. And you'll notice how I punched a tab from one of the other journaling cards there and just journaled directly onto that tab. Here again, you'll see how I'm going to take this little crazy love sentiment here, and I'm going to punch it out in a half circle, or a little more than a half circle, and layer that on top of the black and white journaling card here. And I'm going to just staple that there at the top. And then the little heart that's left there on the pink journaling card, I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to layer that as well and have that as a little tiny embellishment. And so I encourage you, if you subscribe to Studio Calico, to look for ways that you can layer your journaling cards, and you'll get a lot more mileage out of them. You'll use a lot more, and then you'll have some embellishments to add to your pages. So all of the photos on this side of the layout, with the exception of me and the cat, they're all from the arcade. They're all from Dave & Buster's. So, like I said, we spent an inordinate amount of time at the arcade last August, just hanging out. But you'll see here how I layered these two journaling cards together. I took the journaling lines from one and layered them over top of the other, just to have a little bit of that mint green. Again, repeating colors from one side to the other, layering journaling cards to get more use out of them. And then I had these cute little planner washies, or traveler's notebook washies from Bandu. And so I used one of those to sort of make it look like this notebook paper is taped onto the journaling card. And so just writing a little bit more. The photo at the bottom of this layout is actually one of the walls inside the Dave & Buster's, and I thought that was fun. I just made them sit down there. There was nobody else there in that part of the restaurant. So I made them sit down there and pose for this picture, and they look like the Mod Squad. I'm just saying. It's cute, though. You'll notice that I have some embellishments here. The chipboard pieces that come in the Studio Calico kits, I punched those out and then organized them by color. You've probably seen my little plastic bins that I have that I keep by color. And so I had gone through and punched out a bunch of those chipboard sheets. And so right now they're just in those little glass bowls until I go to put them away. And so that way I can just pick more by color versus, I don't know, versus having them all on one sheet. When they're all on one sheet, I really can't really make sense of them. I might be able to pick one or two, but I find it a lot easier just for my own process to choose product by color. That has really changed my scrapbooking a lot, is just recognizing that organizing my supplies by color is what works for me, and it makes it a lot of fun too. And so I'm writing the final journaling card here. It's a notebook lined one. Again, the notebook lines appeared above as well in the layout, and then they also have some little gold stars on that journaling card. And so that completes the layout. Thank you so much for watching, for joining me today. Be sure to catch more details on the blog at larkindesigntm.com. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.